Today I'm going to be exploring another new band called Modest Mouse, and the song is Float On. Modest Mouse is an American rock band formed in 1993 in Issaquah, Washington, and currently based in Portland, Oregon. Float On was released on the 8th of March 2004, and it topped the US Billboard Modern Rock Tracks chart and was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Rock Song in 2005. Asked about the song, Brock said that he consciously intended to write something that felt more positive than some of his previous work. Okay. It was a completely conscious thing. I was just kind of fed up with how bad everything had been going, how dark everything was, with bad news coming from everywhere. Our president, George W. Bush, that's who it was at the time, is just a daily dose of bad news. Then you've got the well-intentioned scientists telling us that everything else is messed up. I just want to feel good for a day. Nearly 6 months after its release, it became the band's first #1 hit on the US Billboard Modern Rock Tracks chart. Well, for those of you who feel like we get a daily dose of bad news today, let's see how this has an impact on us. Does it help us feel good for the day?
I ran my mouth off a bit too much, what did I say? Well, you just laughed it off, it was all okay. And we'll all float on, okay. And we'll all float on, okay.
Okay, so it's interesting. He's not just trying to say, the world's all perfect and everything. We don't have to worry about anything. He's not trying to give a sort of false positivity perspective. He's trying to make us feel good in spite of the fact that he's trying to help us notice the things that we sometimes brush over. And isn't that how it is sometimes? So many things go well, and then one thing goes wrong. And suddenly that one thing that went wrong or wasn't the way we wanted takes over our whole existence. And we lose track of all the things that went all right. They went all right. Okay. Okay, maybe I got a flat tire going to work. It just destroyed my day. But hey, actually, it could have been a lot worse. I backed my car into a cop car and he didn't even blink. He just drove away. What? Really? That was nice. But because of the flat tire, I completely forgot about that. You know, of course, he's not talking about flat tires. He's talking about the positive here. Or this, I love this. For in this, talking about scams, whatever they had to deal with back in the 90s, we've got more to deal with now. A fake Jamaican took every last dime with that scam. It was worth it just to learn some sleight of hand. Oh, really? I learned a few tricks from that fellow, okay? And just kind of saying, look, notice the positive. You don't have to dismiss the bad, but pay attention to both. And remind yourself, make sure that you don't allow the negative to become larger than life. And don't ignore the fact that you have positive elements in your life too. Yes, I know we all go through these times when it seems like every single thing goes wrong, but really for most of the time it's not like that. Usually we can find something positive and we can be grateful for it. I ran my mouth off a bit too much. Oh, what did I say? We all do that. Well, you just laughed it off. It was all okay. What a nice gift. Just to have someone laugh it off. So, all right, let's keep going here. He sounds a little bit unconvinced at the end. All float on. Should I say anything else? All float on. Let's hope we all float on. You know, this last section, I was suddenly thinking, you know, this is a pretty solid, heavy-weighted piece for a title like All Float On, right? Or Float On. And this idea, we'll all float on already. All right, already. We'll all float on. All right, don't worry, even if things end up a bit too heavy. Well, that too heavy felt good because the music is so heavy and assertive. Float on. All right. Okay. He's trying. He's trying. But he's not just making a feel good, pretend the whole world is okay. He's just saying, okay, we're going to hope and have a little bit of faith, and you know, the fact is the world feels like it's falling apart, but most often we manage to somehow float on. So let's just keep it going that way. We might be going over some rocks, but let's float on. It's kind of fun noticing this little motif here at the beginning, which is the riff, the feature of the piece. Once the rhythm gets...
I backed my car into a cop car. The
It's hard to make it sound really floaty, isn't it? I'm trying to figure out something on the harp that would kind of lighten it up a bit, but it doesn't really work. I keep being pulled back into the weightiness of it, the rocky element of it. So it's a fun game to play because the idea of we'll all float on, okay, you could try to make it float a bit. But no, we are going over the rocks. This is rough and bumpy. I just got invited on a river float. But I think I'll pass. I have a little girl who wouldn't love it yet. But, you know, I know what it's like to float down a river. You hit the shallows. Oh, you've got to drag your flotation device, whether it's canoe or kayak or inner tube. And then you get yourself back to the smooth water, but sometimes it's a bit of a drag. And it feels like that's what's coming out here. Okay, we're hitting the rocks. It's a bit of a drag. We'll manage to float past it. Have to pull it a bit. So, how did this do? Does it make us feel good for a day? It probably helps us float on okay. And good for him. He managed to create something that was a bit more positive and helps us get through the rough spots and the bumps of life and the everyday and the world as it is and the world as it will be. So, yeah, we'll all float on okay. Let's keep it going. Nice sentiment, nice kind of a little bit humorous presentation with this juxtaposition of the weightiness and the floating idea. So I enjoyed it. That was the Modest Mouse Float On. Fun to listen to. I'll see what comes next, and I'll see you soon.